Okay, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to our video. Today's video, we are here for some figured out how to pronounce this word. Jaadugar. I swear to God, I read a comment about how to pronounce it and I still didn't lock it into my brain. So first two episodes started the show were just a grand old time. Thank you guys so much for suggesting this show. I had such a good time. Fuck you. Anyway, I'm really excited for episode 3. So Stada has lost literally everybody, and the boy who was there that raided her house with the nomad leader, or the leader of that fleet military of the Mongols, he was there. He was brought because he can read. He's probably been taken in as a slave for them because he can understand both languages, theirs and Stada's people's language. He was brought in, he took the book, and now he is talking to Stada to say, do you want to get that book back? So we'll see where that develops, and it seems like that might be the crux of this season, is Stada trying to get that book back, or at least for now it is something for Stada to cling to life, because she was down and out at the end of last episode, just about to give herself up. So let's see where we go from here. Let's get into this. Per usual, first check out the Patreon and Discord. Links are in the description below. As far as the Discord goes, talk about current anime, past anime, current manga, past manga, and have non-anime conversations as well. And as far as the Patreon goes, you get exclusives and uncuts to all my reactions. So, feel free to check out either of those of your own will. Now, first up straight into Jaadugar, A Witch in Mongolia, episode 3. Pick it up right where last episode left off. Into the OP. This opening's... I said that way too fast. This opening's fucking fantastic. I've listened to the full version of this song so many times now. It's so good. That the 13th century saw the rise of a vast empire across Eurasia. Yes, the Mongol Empire. The Universal Ruler is such a crazy nickname. As the Great Khan, he and his kin built the Mongol Empire. Yep. I'm glad they're giving us a history lesson here, because I knew about the Mongol conquest. That's like regarded as one of at least the most famous massive conquests in history, and I just don't know the specifics of it, of course. They forayed into the various nations bordering the steppe. Okay. Spring AD, it was a 1221? Yeah, 1221. Talokan. So this is still where Stada was at. They have not. This is where they ended up last episode, in a place called Talokan. Talokan. Fourth Prince Tului. Okay, we get his name now. We didn't get his name last episode. Oh, they're having them speak Japanese now, even though they had them speak, I'm assuming Mongolian last episode. I think someone mentioned that the people who were speaking Mongolian last episode were like famous sumo wrestlers, which is really cool. Third Prince, Ogedai. Someone told me I did an alright job of pronouncing stuff last episode, so thank you for that. That boosted my confidence a bit, but I still don't. I'm not sure. I just try to pronounce the best I can, so I'm probably butchering some of these. Chagatai. Chagati. Nope, not T. There's an A in there. Chagatai. So he's the first prince, Yochi. I'm just gonna pick a pronunciation and roll with it. So the fourth prince seems to be like a military commander while they're kind of all hanging out. Also, someone said, the comments were also clarifying, sorry, I should have filled this all in the intro, but I forgot, that this story seems like it's going to be similar to Orb, but in this case it's going to take real figures and fill in the gaps where history doesn't have records of, with fiction or the author's interpretation of what could have happened and things like that. Like supposedly Muhammad, Stada, and those people like that are real, but there isn't a whole ton of records on them. And so the story is interpreting how things went but the whole event of the Mongol conquest and everything is the Genghis Khan conquest is very real, and supposedly will seem to follow that pretty accurately while filling in for individual characters details we don't have, which is cool. It's similar to Orb, but Orb used fictional characters as well until the very end of the story where it picked up with a real person. The whole story was all fictional characters, but it took place in a real time period and a real place. Is that how you greet? You sniff? Okay. Our future emperor. Okay, yeah, it is. So I guess that's how you greet each other. I don't know if that's how Mongolia still does it, but it's how they did it historically here. Some milk. Yep, you get that book. Here it's called Elements. My wife asked me for this book. His wife is gonna be the girl in the opening that Stada looks at, and she's gonna have to try and work with her because she wants the book, right? Totally, right? Token of my exploits. They're not showing her face on purpose. Very in love with his wife. Does he have any idea? Okay, so he made the boy, we still don't know his name, but he made that boy get the book just because his wife mentioned it, but he has no idea what it is. That's also what he said, he was looking for a scholar, so maybe what they'll end up doing is picking up Stada, who can read it, and then she'll end up working under the person who killed Fatima and ruined her life. Okay, very interesting to pick up with them at the start of the episode here. Oh, I was hoping to introduce you. That's crazy to be like, yeah, I hope to introduce you to the man who ruined your life. You're a scholar's daughter. Oh, because he heard Fatima say, don't touch my daughter. She's not actually Fatima's daughter, she was actually a slave, but he believes she is part of a scholarly family because of that. I can only read and write simple things, gotcha. He might actually be a Mongolian who just happened to pick up on their language, and that's why he was running around with them. It did look like he had a black eye, which is what made me assume he might be a slave, because maybe he did something wrong and was given a black eye for it, but maybe he actually is part of their fleet or something like that, and he was brought along because he understood the language. He might actually just be one of their people. But then, yeah, why would he want to help Stada get that book back? She can't even read what's in it. This is your, yeah, you're treating it like it, this is your chance to serve the imperial family, treating it like it's some grand old thing. Oh my god. Yeah, kind of a hard thing for her to want to do after he just completely uprooted her entire life, killed her basically adoptive mother at that point. Fatima literally called her her daughter, and supposedly killed who she was in love with, which, by the way, if he's like 20, supposedly she's like 12 or 13, which is kind of crazy, but anyway. I was gonna say, yeah, and then everybody else that she loves or cared about killed themselves. Or, you know, was killed, like the uncle was killed as well, and things like that. Also, someone made a great comment about, you know, slavery and things like that. I'm pretty sure I commented on it as well, that, you know, when I tend to think of slavery, I'm thinking a lot of how, you know, the transatlantic slave trade is happening and how some slaves are treated in some places today. But, you know, historically, slaves have been treated different in all kinds of societies. And I brought up that proposition as well last reaction, that maybe the slaves were just treated differently. But apparently it's very realistic for how Muslims and things like that treated the slaves during this time period. Is they're more close to indentured servants, but also indentured servants servants who have a way out, not the ones where they might as well just be slaves, like an actual indentured servant where they work for you and then they can eventually even possibly buy freedom and things like that. And so people said it was like culturally like seen as, if a master like frees a slave, then it's actually seen as like a good thing culturally, or if a slave is able to buy their way out, it's seen extremely honorably and stuff like that. So it's a lot different, and I just didn't know the specifics of how slavery was treated back then for them, and so I was unsure about the portrayal, but apparently it's pretty accurate. And also such as Anise, like telling yourself we're slaves, we're property, and not really realizing, like, because, you know, in my modern mind I'm like, well, that's awful, you shouldn't treat yourself like that, but to them back then they didn't know any better. That was just life, and that's just how they thought of themselves. So it was a very interesting, and thank you guys for all the very insightful comments filling me in on stuff. That was awesome. So thank you all for that, is what I'm trying to say. It gave me more specifics to the idea that I was already putting out there, that the slavery was treated a lot differently here than maybe I typically tend to know of it as. Literally, and yep, he killed Fatima. Yeah. Died for his wife to get a book. Yeah. I'm doing all I can to get in their good favor. Ah, so he is a Mongol. He doesn't want to be sent to the front lines to fight, so that's why he's doing what he's doing. I end up at the very front of their expedition armies. Jesus Christ. They took you. Okay, so maybe he is someone that he's not originally a Mongol. Someone took him in, and that's why he's trying to get in with the family. Because she just said they took you captive, and he said yes. Yeah, that's right. A path to success based on merit has opened up for us. Yeah, being called cute is probably the last thing she wants to hear at the moment. Oh my god, the hard transition. There is no smile left in that, and no life left in those eyes. Here in Muhammad's words. Yep, I mean, she was just literally thinking there, like, what do I do? And then she thought of his words. How could I possibly know what course of action to take here? Thought of his words and reinvigorated herself to decide. Whoa. She's like completely flipped the switch. I clench into that fist. He's like, this is a complete flip here. Shira. Samarkand. Like star. An ostentatious name like that. Yeah, shooting star goes by. I mean, yeah, how are they gonna confirm anything? Yeah, she is ready to start raising herself up in the world, and who knows, maybe this is gonna be a revenge plot, I'm not sure. The whole first line of the first episode, or the first little monologue that she gave, was talking about how she made the world her plaything. Is this Tuli in there? Must pass between two fires. I see. So basically you need to pass through that fire, and if you're not struck down by some religious deity, you've made it through, or something like that, I'm guessing is what it is there. That's why she said it's a heathen ritual. They're checking for heathens. Jesus. Oh, you can't step on a wood bar? She just very confidently walked right over it. Scholar's daughter. Glad to see you're still alive, he says. Feels eerily similar to Nippon Son Goku, where spoilers if you haven't seen that, I suppose. But she has to face her mother's killer directly and hold all emotions in. Greetings, scholar's daughter. Glad to see you're still alive. Okay, so they've got a translator there. They got like 3 translators here. Seem much more obedient now. Yeah, he's like grinning from ear to ear now that she's not, you know, yelling at him, calling him a thief, and he clearly remembers her. Commendable. What is the name she went with? Is it she literally, oh wow, okay, she took the name Fatima. Literally basically pinning herself as Fatima's daughter, because nobody can confirm it, because that entire family is dead. Nobody can confirm if she's actually her daughter or not. Then again, would you pass down your name exactly? Because Fatima, I'm assuming, is her first name. Do they do last names in this in this culture at this time? I'm not entirely. I think they do. I don't know if women are given last. I don't know how it works. So you guys can clarify, because she only ever referred to herself as Fatima, never with like a last name. But then you had like Muhammad had like 3 or 4 parts to his name, so I don't know. Anyway, but she went with Fatima. No, is it gonna be a revenge story here? Not those Tinder days. Man. Okay, maybe it's not a revenge story against him. Maybe she doesn't think she can get revenge on him exactly, but she can get the book back at least. My god. Is that the wife in question? It is. It's so the wife in question. That's the woman from the opening, who I thought was Fatima at first. Also, for whatever god unknown reason, I kept calling her Kitama in episodes 1 to 2. I apologize. I don't know why I kept doing that, even after I corrected myself. That's gotta be Tuli's wife. Never mind, not his wife. Princess Sorga Gitani. That's a mouthful. Should be at the Mongols' home camp way out east. So who is that? Learn about, yeah, how they function. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't trust that smile. I know this girl's thinking something else. Everyone here is my enemy. And then he walks away and the smile's gone. Like, I knew her whole personality shift and everything she did the night before was just to get him to trust her. Oh, man. So his tea is so pretty. Torigene. Ogodai. Is it his wife? Ah, it's his wife. She's his wife, okay. Ah, and she did not agree with being in that position. And she just said that shit out loud. Very interesting. I'm your enemy, huh? Seems like Stara might be able to find some common ground with this Torigene woman. We moving again? Sits out once more in the autumn. I see. Run that word by me again, please. Horazmian. Horazman. It's probably pronouncing that wrong. To vanquish its last ruler, to continuing their conquest. Oh, okay, so we're going to the home camp. Interesting. Jesus. Half a year has passed since they were captured. I guess they all have to help them setting up camp and everything. Yeah. Sending her over there to do stuff like cooking or something. I'm assuming she's speaking slowly because she's supposed to be speaking Mongolian, right? This guy. She is very interesting. For example, the entrances of their tents always face southward. Jesus. Ah. These are both just bowing. It's a great question. In this day and age, how do they? Oh, they use this tent? Yeah, okay. They watch, like, the sun and how the sun peers in. Is that how? How the sun peers in tells them, like, what time of day it is through the roof. I bet. That's really cool. Yeah, sundial. That's really cool. And that's why it always faces southward. They always have to have their houses facing southward because it needs to be consistent to figure out what time of day it is accurately. Having the whole house act as a clock. That was something she used before there. Yeah, wisdom of savages. Eastern sage. Knows the secret to immortality, huh? Uyghurs. Is that like a group of people, or is that like a profession? I'm gonna look up what that means. Sounds like a profession. Okay, they're an ethnic group. They're a Turkish ethnic group originating from and culturally affiliated with the general region of Central Asia and East Asia. Okay, so yeah, they're a ethnic group. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, they know each other. I'm bread and watermelon from our city. So did they basically, I'm wondering if they just, with the Mongol Genghis Khan conquest, did they just like agree to be under them and didn't fight back, and that's why they're allowed to, you know, be free and something? I'm not quite sure. Oh! I guess you're bringing stuff in. He thinks she came with them. Just go. Just don't talk. Okay. I mean, you're not wrong. Some like that definitely can't actually exist. Master Chongshun. Damn. He's just seems like he's just a dude who's lived long and is now making his living off saying he's immortal. On the first day of the 5th month. I bet you thought I did. During the hour of the snake. Oh, okay, so it was all while they were traveling. So, yeah, she's speaking like not full sentences here. Sky grew slightly dark, sun about 6/10 blocked. Whoa, that's cool. Whoa, that's super cool. Just go in one of the houses real quick. Show on edge of roof poles in tent. The hour of the dragon. Ah, so it started earlier in the day for them. That's, yeah, because obviously whenever when he saw a full eclipse, yeah, because that's how things like that work, is certain areas, like we have the times we have eclipses here in the US, people will literally travel to where it's going to be completely blocked out entirely, because obviously with the way the earth moves and the earth is twisting, the sun is different areas at different times, even though the sun itself is not the one moving. The earth is tilting on its axis, and so yeah, I mean, it's just basic astronomy shit. But yeah, but they're figuring that out for the first time here, which is really cool. That's why I was, you know, detailing it, because obviously we all know how that works, but they're figuring that out. That it's the eclipse is occurring at different times of the day, and it's occurring in different amounts of covering for different areas as well. To obstructing this flame with a fan. Whoa. The world is a wide place indeed. Well, he's speaking to you very politely, and it's just like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were with him, but hey, just thought I got some great info out of that. Yeah, just putting on the best smile she can. You're her lady in waiting. I know what that is from a certain other show. The cleverness you displayed makes sense now. Yeah, the second he brought up that name, she was like pissed off. Ah, the great Khan's gotta know first. And many found there cared for their fathers and grandfathers who were too elderly to even stand. Jesus. Ah. Basically, he was thinking about continually extending his life as much as possible, but then he saw people who lived that long and what they became by the end of their lives. Because yeah, if I'm in that state, just kill me. I don't want to live like that. Instead of attaining immortality by okay, to welcome a healthy and natural death. Oh. Yeah. Is he gonna say there is none or something? Yep. There is none. We found to the east and west alike. Very interesting then, because isn't the sage supposed to be like go telling the secret, or is the whole point to go the sage is gonna say immortality is not a thing? I don't quite get it there. You just gotta keep thinking and learning, so you can figure out what you need to do and want to do. Why did I feel such frustration whenever he decided to leave? Several months later again, I mean, could be many factors. Number one, he was leaving and you liked him, so you didn't want him to leave. But maybe number two, you might have instinctually wanted to go with and pursue greater things yourself as well, and you just never really realized it. Chilly. They're back at their main base here, I'm assuming? The one we've been traveling to? Damn, she looks exhausted. And all of them having to walk while the soldiers are on horses, horseback. What is the map by Al Biruni? Biruni? I think they said the same last episode. Biruni. Whoa. It is chilly. Oh. Oh, okay. We're here with the princess that she's supposed to be teaching. Coats and warm tents for you, huh? Seems like they might be treated well here. Looks adorable on her. Yes, that is I. You're gonna go meet the princess here. I'm really curious how that other guy's wife, I already forgot her name, they said it once, so I'm sorry, but she's very clearly a prominent figure in the opening. I wonder how she's going to play into all this, because, you know, she called them all her enemy. I wonder when they'll meet again. Hello there. She's got the book in hand. I recognize that via. I think she's Shaolin from Apothecary Diaries. First wife of Tului, Sorga Gitani, Becky. Got the book in hand. You're face to face with that book again. Whoa! And that's where the episode ends. Good episode. It was a great episode to get us into what she's going to be doing from here on out and set things up going forward. That was great. Great episode. This show's a banger, man. I'm continuing to love it, and we will see where we go from here. I don't have too much to add in this outro. Everything during the episode has set up where we're going to go from here. She's come face to face with the book's new owner. We'll see how she plans to get it back. but I think it is going to wrap it from reaction to Jaadugar episode 3, or Jaadugar. I'm going to keep saying it like that until I remember the pronunciation. I swear to God, people told me and I still forgot. But Jaadugar or Jaadugar, A Witch in Mongolia episode 3. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you all have a good day.